What's up, YouTube? Thanks for tuning in, and welcome back to the Villain's Lair. That's what I decided I'm going to call this place now. Anyway, today what we're going to be doing is I'm going to be going through my creative process of recording a guitar solo for a song I've been working on. If you've been watching my videos, you've seen the song I've been working on. And if you haven't, you can go back and check it out. I'm going to link down here in the description, and then also probably somewhere up here. Anyway, in this video, I used this tiny amplifier. It's an orange micro dark, and then this 8-inch speaker to record all the rhythm on the song or riff idea. And today I said, well, screw it. I think I'm just going to go and use this to record the solo too, and make the track be completely recorded with this amplifier. I'm going to be showing you the gear I used, how I picked it out, and then the solo technique and everything. I'll show you some of the post-production techniques I used in the computer as well. So here we go. And if you haven't guessed, today we're going to be using my Gibson Les Paul Traditional. It's going to sound nasty. The amplifier is going to be this orange micro dark. It's a hybrid of a tube and a solid state amplifier. I believe it has a preamp tube in there that gives it kind of that nice warm sound, and you can kind of see it in there. And then I think it's a solid state power amp or something. I don't know. Correct me in the comments if you actually know. And then it's going to be run through its complementing 8-inch speaker. Alright, cool. So we already have our amp obviously picked out, and the guitar, like I said, we're going with my Les Paul. It sounds good for what we're doing. So yeah, the track, I thought about it. I kind of want to go with the wah on it, but this time we're actually going to be using the wah the fun way. So let's just mess around and see how that sounds a little bit. So right now I just have the... So yeah, here's the Les Paul just straight through the 8-inch speaker and the orange micro dark. And then let's hear how it sounds with the wah a little bit. There we go. That's how the wah. Now, what we're going to do for the solo is I'm going to add a little bit of a different coloration to this. I was thinking about trying out a couple of pedals, so let's just mess around here. So the first thing I got here is this English muffin pedal. It's like an overdrive distortion pedal that has vacuum tubes in it. It sounds awesome. I bought this like in 2014, and then it's been on my... I actually built my pedal board around this just because it's such a huge piece, and it doesn't... You know, it has like a weird type of power supply you got to use for it, but it sounds so awesome. So we're going to try that first, actually, and just see how that sounds. I know I should probably let it warm up a bit because it does have vacuum tubes in it. All right, so let's just try it on. I'm going to let it here so you guys can see. Let's give that guy some juice. that sounds pretty good. Let's try that with the wah to see how they sound together. Cool, yeah, so I have like the output, so which would be the volume at like maybe, what's that, 1 or 2 o'clock, and then the gain here, it's about maybe 11 o'clock, and then I have this EQ here. I have the lows trimmed, so I'm going to try to boost that a little bit, maybe give it a little bit more mids. Actually, I'm going to pull back the low and just give it some mids and just see how that sounds, just see if we get sounding a little bit more, just kind of give it some more mids. Give it some more mids for the solo to make it sound a little bit, I don't know, help it cut through the mix a little bit better. So let's try that now. All right, so let's try with the Alright, so we know how that sounds. I think that sounds great. Let's try something different now. The Rat's what we use for some of the other rhythm tracks, just to have something to compare, but I do really like the sounds that we're getting through this English muffin. Again, here it is for up close, the English muffin. Let's try it with the wah. Cool, yeah, both of these pedals sound great. Which one do you like better? I haven't decided yet. I'm gonna have to get the amp mic'd up, and then we'll see what we like better after that. So let's get started with that. All right, so now let's pick out a microphone. So today we have a 57, this M81 by Telefunken, and then a 58. But in this specific case where we're using a wah pedal, we're gonna have to go with something different. So none of these are being used. I'm gonna have to break out the secret weapon. In this box is my secret weapon for recording guitars. It's a Royer R10. This is a ribbon microphone by the company Royer, obviously. And this thing is pretty great. It's based off of an R121, which is a really expensive type of studio ribbon microphone. This one's a little bit more inexpensive than the R121. And it sounds, in my ears, pretty close. Not exactly the same, but it does have its own special character. But yeah, this thing's great. Especially, I like to use it on guitars, acoustic guitars, drums. The only thing I really would probably not recommend use this thing on is vocals. With ribbon microphones, and I guess anything other than a dynamic microphone, so this includes condenser microphones too, when close miking an amp to the speaker, with a dynamic microphone, usually you keep it up on the grill, like right up here, but this one, you want to keep it back a little bit. In this specific case, it doesn't really matter. There's not like an exact science to how far you keep it back. Just use your ears, and whatever sounds good is good. And then here's the other side of the amp. I just wanted to show you up close where I'm going to put the mic. Additionally, with ribbon microphones, for those of you that don't know, it's a little bit different than a dynamic because it picks up in two areas. It's going to pick up directly from the front here, and then it also is going to pick up from the back too. So it's kind of like a figure 8 pattern. It definitely picks up sound better. Well, not better, but I guess you could put like a louder thing on the back side, like a louder amplifier. Each side sounds different is what I'm trying to say. But from my experiences, the back side doesn't pick it up as strong as the front does. And then one other device I'm going to be using with my Royer today is this mic activator. This one's called a cloud or a cloud lifter. Basically what this does is you run phantom power through it into the microphone, and it lets it give it a little bit more preamp, or not preamp, it's like technically it's a preamp, but it gives it more gain. Before, when I used to have an older interface that was like a cheaper one, whenever I would try to crank the preamps or just turn up the volume a little bit too much on the interface, it would kind of get hissy. So whenever I would use like a low output microphone like this R10 or maybe like a Shure SM7, it would get a little bit too hissy and it wouldn't sound as great. This is awesome because whenever I plug this into my preamp, you don't need to add that much gain. Now, I do have some great pre's with universal audio, so I don't necessarily need this, but just for demonstration's sake, I'm going to show you that I did use this. All right, so let's try and Hey, pro tip, when you're recording guitars, especially for rock, stand up and play. Cool, we did 3 takes of that solo. I think one of those is going to be a winner. All right, let's listen back to one of those takes and I'll show you what kind of universal audio plugins I used. I was using my iPad as a controller to hit play whenever I was recording, just for the ease of the video and everything. But yeah, let's check out one of those takes now. Okay, so yeah, here's what I did for the guitar. I put it through this, I guess it's like a Pultec type of EQ, like a tube EQ simulator. It's made it just sound a little bit fatter and fuller. And then I also processed it through this Teletronics LA2A. I love to use this on guitars and vocals. It just sounds great. And as far as like the EQ, I did a little bit of a boost at 300 hertz and then also 3000. I like to do that for guitars when I want them to cut through. And then let me show you my mix bus, what I use too. Additionally, for the mix bus, I put on a little bit of a tape delay, just like a 16th note slap. Again, this is just something to help it cut through the mix a little bit better, give it a little bit more of a sound of a guitar solo. I put a little bit of a phaser, just a touch, to go on there with it as well. But yeah, let's listen to that solo in the mix a little. So I'm thinking some of you guys might have some questions. I decided to go with the Rat versus the English Muffin with the vacuum tubes in it. To my ears, it sounded a little bit more appropriate for the track. I think it sounded really good actually, but if you disagree, let me know in the comments if you think if I should have went with this or maybe even something else. I thought that the Rat pedal paired really well when doing lead with the CryBaby Wah, and it sounded just excellent for the track. I'm really getting like a 90s rock, like hard rock metal kind of vibe from that solo. I think it's going to be a really great track when it's finished. Our Royer sounded great. When using a wah, because there is a lot of harshness whenever you go down all the way, you could hear it has that real kind of like nasally tone. I think ribbons do a great job of kind of taming that. especially when I'm using a wide range, which is again why I chose to use the ribbon mic. When you're using ribbon microphones, make sure you always protect them from gusts of air. You should protect them. Usually they come with a microphone like sock you can put on there whenever you have it set up in the studio, but whenever you're done using it, you should always put it away. But anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Again, please like the video and subscribe to the channel, share it with your friends. Let me know what you liked and what you didn't like, or if you would have done anything differently, and I'll try to do so next time. And please check back next week for another video. Thanks again for watching.